spins, A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the crown. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing, relieving the kings of all crowns. So you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all, keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all, peak flow.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit.
When they noticed it, they was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me, cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many when they noticed it, they was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me, cause I'm
P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money, we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why I do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands, can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray-Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Ay, I know we the ones that ain't them. Put both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going bigger. Postmates, how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver. But I'm still a hot boy, cool it down, let it simmer. Hey, see him mad, got him bitter. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer. Only what I give her, and she let her call me baby, but I do not need a sitter. See me dip, yeah, I'm saucing. People at the bank see me often. Let the money run.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Detroit Lions. The children will grow, and it's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Down. 15 line. 15 line. Screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Topper.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And right away he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Set, ready, 70, Indy. Get it.
Back to throw now on first down. And he completes it to Westbrook. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
First down, Jacksonville.
And into the red zone now. And Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points. So you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes. Make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
Now that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
Ready, ready. 90, Wolf.
Nice 15, nice 15. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Hey, look, we're gonna go Mike 15, guys. Mike 15, all right? I got you, pump. Check safety, check safety.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
We go. 10 Lobo.
Second and long. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Gator.
I got 15. Pick me up. Here we go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Darius Slay with a pick. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Ready, 18 Gator. Hard, hard. Greystone, travel.
Check nickel.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13. Second and 13. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hawkinson.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. Back to throw here. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Ready, set.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
I'm coming after you.
Now.
On first and 10, it's Sanders. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, Alpha.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll run on first down. Sanders. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Let's go. 60 outlaw.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Hatchet. Watch twist. Watch the twist.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
You got tight.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
3rd and 8.
Set, ready? 15, run. 15, run.
Looking to throw. Looking long for Westbrook. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Watch the safety creep.
Leo,
They'll run with Sanders. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Come on. 50 seconds to Mike.
They'll set up to throw. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They'll look to throw. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
General West. Ready.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook, an 80-yard touchdown, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. The extra point splits the uprights, and they take the lead here at 7-6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Second and 5. And that's complete to Jesse James. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2.
Let's go, D. Watch twist. Watch twist. Hey, alert 3. Alert 3.
Go.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. In for the score. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Now back to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
On first down, it's Sanders. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2nd and 3. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Good job.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Hit it.
Back to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Being chased out left. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's get in there. Watch the team.
Hey, Delta.
15. Coming.
He'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On second down now, Swift. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. They'll look to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
He'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. A bit of a surprise. They're going for it with 2 ticks remaining. No sign of the field goal unit. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash. This from 45 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Check it out, Reed. He's cracked.
Blue draw Corker.
Back. Switch.
Now Sanders. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack, trying to get away but could not.
That'd be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10.
On the ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 3rd down, Swift. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big first down on the fake punt. What a call. 16 yards. Now, this worked, so I guess I shouldn't be nitpicking too much, but they only had a couple of inches to go. Why fake punt?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. If you're going to go ahead and try and pick it up in that short of a distance, I wouldn't even gone to fake punt formation. This is like using up a big play for no reason at all. Leave your offense on the field and pick it up. But again, what were we doing? We're nitpicking, right? Because they did get it.
It worked. The open man is Westbrook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. They'll run on first down. Swift. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Second and 4. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now you got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Forced out to his left. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Break. Bravo.
I got 15. Drop deep, drop deep. Right.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
70, Indy.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Greystone, travel. Clear.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have retaken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of... Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Tackle made back at the 10-yard line.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Back now at Ford Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
57's Mike. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, check Mike 56.
Look at me. Zipper. Go.
They'll set up a throw.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll drop the throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. Some good gains going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They're going to look to throw. This pass complete to Higgins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll look to throw. Open man is Higgins. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Open man is Galladay, complete. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Brandon, if I wanted to run the football this close to the goal line, I think I just turn around and hand it to my tailback. Too many things could go wrong in this situation. I think they're fortunate just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw here. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are able to regain the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now this time he'll look to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch the team. Go. Watch the team. Watch the team.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Hey, Echo. Yo.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, Wahoo! Let's go!
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Lions will take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
General West.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Ready?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Ready?
On first down, it's Sanders. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 49-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Go!
Another run with Sanders. Pushing through tacklers at the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards to pick up there. But that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help it.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Josh Allen, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Check 13. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Check 31, check 31.
Get it.
Here's Sanders. Fast footwork by Sanders. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger. and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Lions, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, it was a game effort, but they do indeed fall to defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
From Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When it come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and ain't my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my